All right, video 3. Now we are going to convert within the metric system. So the U.S., and there is one other country in the world I think that uses customary, and off the top of my head it's eluding me, but everybody else uses metric, so it's important that we understand that as well. So when we look at this top, the prefix centi means 100, right? Think about 100 cents in a dollar. So there are 100 centimeters in a meter. The word kilo means 1,000, so there are 1,000 meters in a kilometer. Now, if you look on page 93, go ahead and do that right now. There are some conversions for the metric unit in the middle, but we also have this beautiful table here. And yes, you will have this for the test. I put it on my people's test anyway, because you can use this to also convert within the metric system. The metric system is based off of powers of 10, and you can see that here at the bottom, 1,110. This is the base unit, so it's like 1/10 is like 0.01, 1/100th. Oh, excuse me, it's point, oh my gosh, I just did that totally wrong. Erase! 1/10, please excuse me, is 0.1, 1/100th is 0.01, and 1/1000th is 0.001. So they're all powers of 10. So I'm going to use that box quite a bit to move from left to right and change things, okay? Now, when you look at, let's go to the bottom of page 88. All right, so let's just run through these. A kilometer is 1,000 meters. So remember, we can write that two different ways. We can put 1 kilometer over 1,000 meters, or 1,000 meters over 1 kilometer. Number 5, a millimeter is 1/1000th of a meter, right? So it's smaller. So 1 meter is the same as 1,000 millimeters, or again, we can write that the other way, 1,000 millimeters over 1 meter. Now, the average racehorse weighs 500 kilograms. How many grams is that? All right, now I want you to think about back there at the top. We had kilograms, and then there were hectograms, and then there were decagrams, and then we got to grams. Okay, so in this particular problem, we are starting in kilograms, and we want to go to grams. So how do we get there? 1, 2, 3. I moved to the right 3 places. So we are going to move our decimal 3 places to the right. So if my number is 500 kilograms, oops, I don't want to put the K there because it's in my way. Now I want to move my decimal 3 places to the right. So right now it's here. What? Oh, shoot. 1, 2, 3. What do I put in my humps? That's right, zeros. So we end up with 500,000 grams. And that's where we can use that chart. Same thing with centimeters. Look back at that chart at the top of, or towards the top of page 88. Put your finger on centimeters, because that's where you're starting. How many do you go over to get to kilometers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We go left 5 spots. So when you look at your centimeters, let me go to blue. I'm at the end. Gosh darn it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I've got a 0 at the beginning. So 0.025 kilometers for their number 7. Number 8, I'm going from kilometers to meters. Look back at your chart. Put your finger on kilometers. Your finger always starts where you start. So you start in kilometers, put your finger there. Move over. 1, 2, 3. We go to the right 3 places. So when you've got your number 7076, you move your decimal point to the right 3 places. I got a hump, which means my answer is 70,760 meters. All right, does that make sense? And if you look at the top of page 89, they do some more of this. So I'm going to go ahead and take a picture of that next. Here's all the excitement now. We are on page 89. And the example that they talk about, 5.2 kilograms to milligrams, they show you how many spots you move. Okay, so in number 9, we've got 5.2 kilograms. So again, we start here. And we want to go to centigrams, which is here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 to the right. So when I go back to my number here in number 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I fill in those humps with zeros, and that's how many centigrams I have. Right? So you could delete your humps there, and that would be your answer. Okay? So go ahead and do 10 and 11 now. Okay, so notice with kilograms to hectograms, we only go one. So boom, we moved it one place, and that gave us 52. In number 11, we're going from kilograms to grams. 1, 2, 3. Move it 3 places. We got our zeros, and that gives us 5,200 grams. Now, this process works with grams, liters, and the other one would be meters, liters, and grams. Those are all metric, and they all work the same. They all have the same prefixes. So when you look at the bottom of page 89, so now we can do the same thing with milliliters. I don't like that in their chart they don't have the L's on here, but that's okay. So milliliters is on this side. In the unit, if we're talking about milliliters, the unit would be liters. So here in number 12, let's do 12 in red. I start with milliliters. That's here. I want to go to kiloliters, which is way over yonder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to the left. 6 to the left. So if I've got 24, my decimal right now is at the end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Don't forget, you have to have a decimal at the beginning. So your final answer is 0.00004 zeros and then a 24. Okay, because you're getting smaller. Now let's go to yellow, still starting here at the milliliters, but now we're going to centiliters, which is only 1 to the left. So when I have my 24, my decimal starting at the end, if I go 1 to the left, boom, now I have 2.4. And I am a horrible, horrible human because I totally forgot to label that top one. Don't forget to label, it's super important. So we went ahead and labeled those. Top of page 90. I want you to go ahead and hit pause, and I want you to do numbers 1 through 4 using that whole whoop whoop different ways and see what you can do. Okay, so as you can see on the left-hand side, I've got orange here with arrows, and that tells you how many places you need to move your decimal and which direction. So number 1, we need to move our decimal 3 to the right, which gives me 119,000 milliliters. In 2A, starting with centimeters, I did that for each time. I would move it left 1, which would give me 1.524 decimeters. And then in 2, or in part B, I also went from centimeters. So from centimeters to meters, you go 2 places, which gives you 0.1524 meters. In number 3, going from milligrams to grams, we go left 3 places, which gives us 0.08 grams. And from kilograms to grams, we go right 3 places, which gives us 62,000 grams. And we are going to skip the bottom of page 90 because I don't want to. And that is the end of this video, which is video number 3 from lesson 10, converting within the metric system.